Welcome back to Adobe Live.
Hi guys!
Good morning, everyone. It is our last day of creative campaign for the week.
Yes, it is.
Starting off sad so then we can get happy going into it.
Yeah, exactly. Real sad. Well, it is the anniversary of David Bowie's death.
Rest in peace. Yeah, everyone take a moment of silence while I introduce the stream. So this is Kristine.
Hi.
Hi. Kristine's here all the time, so you probably are already very familiar with her, but Kristine is not only a host, she's also an amazing brand designer.
Thank you.
And a fashionista. And
It's my Muppet.
Yes, you're wearing a Muppet.
I'm wearing a Muppet in honor of Bowie.
Yes, Bowie would do it. So Kristine's been working on the branding for an amazing fictional music festival for the week, and we have other designers. We got Claude, we have Caitlin working on other collateral and assets for the festival so that this can come together and hopefully become a real thing in the future.
That's right. We're gonna make it real.
Yeah, so Claude's working on the UI UX, the app design for the festival, and then Caitlin is working on some really slick motion graphics. They're amazing. Like, they could play in the background during sets.
So excited to see
on
this.
the website. Yeah, I was creeping on the stream yesterday, and I think you would be happy.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. So just to explain our outfits, Kathleen is Labyrinth Bowie.
Yes. Well, the girl from Labyrinth.
The girl from Labyrinth, yeah. And I'm the evil Bowie.
Yeah, the Goblin King.
The Goblin King, yeah.
Yes.
We planned this.
So let us know if you vibe with it. If you're cosplaying Bowie today, it's a good day to do it.
Totally.
We have been challenging you all to work alongside our designers for the last 2 days, but today is a little bit different. We are going to ask you to submit your portfolios.
Ooh.
Yes, so we can do some portfolio reviews at the end of this stream.
Very excited.
Yeah, so specifically for Kristine, since she's a brand designer, if you have a graphic design portfolio, branding, that kind of stuff, check out the portfolio submission tab over here and learn more about that. We'll be looking at them in about an hour and a half. And then, for example, for Claude's stream, if you're a UI UX designer, you could submit for him, and if you're a motion designer, you could submit for the third stream with Caitlin. We did have the challenge yesterday of making Bowie tribute posters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
They were great.
I know.
We looked at all of them again this morning and I was so impressed.
Yeah, they just kept getting better throughout the day. It's amazing.
Totally.
So we have our winning poster design. This is by Ryan Doran. Very cool, very creative.
Very creative. I love it.
Like,
I think
there's
this
no
is
Bowie
everybody's
in here.
Bowie. All the faces.
We are Bowie.
We are Bowie. Yeah.
Yes. So congratulations, Ryan. You have won a free year of Creative Cloud.
We love it. Congratulations.
Yeah, but everyone's submissions were very amazing. They were so on brand with your festival
They
as
were.
well.
I was just really impressed, and I even asked for the links so that I can
did this
include
one.
these in my project feed on Behance. So
Yeah.
look for it. I'm gonna select maybe 10 of these to go up into the project once I publish it.
Yay! Very cool. So everyone keep a lookout for that. And if you want to follow Kristine on Behance, you can click her little face in the designer bio over in the tabs. That'll take you right over there.
I wonder how many people just clicked my actual face.
Yeah, you can click right here.
Click my face.
Just poked your eye out.
I was like, ugh.
Gave you a David Bowie pupil.
Yeah, right?
Man.
I already got one.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I think that's all the info. Also, we're going to be doing a chat and win in about 30 minutes.
Cool.
So stick around.
What
for
are we winning
that.
today?
I think it's a $30 gift certificate to Moo again.
Moo.
Moo, moo, moo. Woo, woo, woo.
Moo, moo, moo.
Maybe we can talk about you.
Okay.
And also just a super quick overview of everything you've done so far, which is a lot.
Awesome, yeah. Well, as you said, I'm a brand designer and I recently just started my own studio called Lobster Phone. You can find it, lobsterphone.co, or even follow it on Instagram at lobsterphone.co. So I mainly focus on branding with startups, creating identities that are really bold and iconic. I really love to really find the essence of who I'm working with and bring that to life through graphic and visualization. So, yeah.
You do it.
I'm doing it.
You do it well.
Yeah, I recently released Coffee Meets Bagel, that popular dating app, so I just rebranded them. I'm pretty excited about that.
It looks really good. You should go check it out. Everyone.
Yeah, and in a few months, I'll be releasing a product called Ava, which is an early detection breast cancer awareness device. So wearable, actually. So I'm pretty thrilled with that too, and it's going to be for a great cause. Overall, though, this week we've been focusing on David Bowie, a festival I created called Are You Out There? And I wrote a creative brief for the full team, which is everyone watching today. I wrote a creative brief for everyone to work from so that they could have an ample deck of both messaging, background, and iconography, as well as typography references, color palette, mood boards, and even some patterns. So this is all of the work that I'd created. So the whole team out there has been working on this and working with it.
Before the stream you made all
Yeah,
of this.
before the stream I made this, yes. If I did that on day one, that would be like pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's already impressive.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. I'm like, yeah.
I'm impressive, no big deal.
And then over the past 2 days, we've been creating some posters for collateral, just to kind of mess around and have some fun. So we did Are You Out There? We did some for the bands that I created, China Girls, which is an all-girls choir that sings Bowie songs, Stiggy Stardust, Absolute Bowie, The Best-Selling Show, which is another band, the National Symphony Orchestra, my personal favorite. Maybe not the poster, but
yeah.
And then Ground Control. So today, what I want to focus on is just creating some collateral. Mainly looking at, I pulled a bunch of stock photography, and one of the first things I want to do is just highlight the band and possibly do like some maybe online banner for what it would look like advertising this over multiple channels. And I've been pulling some stock photography to use for what the concert could look like. And then I've also been pulling photography for mock-ups of in-venue concerts. So what would some of the graphics look like in projections? And this would be a still so that we can advertise it, whereas Caitlin's doing the actual animations for where this could go, which is super cool.
Yes.
And then I've also pulled some collateral for mock-ups of maybe t-shirts, buttons, things like that. He was very Bowie-esque, and I loved the way that he looked in this photograph. So I really wanted to create not just great collateral, but also the way that the collateral looks and how we're envisioning it in the photography that we use. So it's all very important to set a theme and set a style and create a tone for your audience. Even this woman, I had cleaned up the shirt yesterday and made her bandana black, but the photograph of her felt more like she would be part of this festival. And that's why I chose her. As well as these two, which I loved that they were just standing here so still and so perfect. Yeah. And I felt that this was a great representation where we could do some black and white graphics on the shirts, and this is what we would sell. And maybe there would be a poster of this in the swag shop.
Cool.
Let's see what else. And then also just a plain shirt. So this is something we could put as an online swag to show the aftermath. And then the last thing I think that is one of my favorites is we're gonna do some shoes. So
let's do
I
it.
thought, I found a great photograph of Adidas partnership with Stan Smith. And I'm like, what would be really cool? An Adidas partnership with David Bowie. So we're gonna do some Photoshop mock-ups and, remove Stan Smith, endorsed by whomever, and we'll create that a little bit later.
Yeah,
So,
and it's all fake. It's all for fun.
yeah, it's all for fun.
No worries.
But maybe for realsies someday.
Maybe for realsies. Anyone?
Right, Adobe?
Yeah, right.
It'll be a
Adobe.
Bowie concert supported by Adobe.
Yes, at one of the big conferences.
Exactly.
Great.
So yeah, I think let's get in there.
Cool.
Are we ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm ready. Okay, I'm really warm. I've
Chat is
got to
ready.
take off the coat.
Prepare.
It's time.
And you just casually show
wait, the pants.
the pants also, though.
My mom was at my apartment this morning. She's there this week, and she's watching me getting ready, and she's like, you get to go to work in that. And I'm like, yeah, I do.
It's not Halloween.
It's not Halloween. It's my everyday.
It's amazing.
I was like, this is how I dress.
It's a cool job. It's a cool job.
Yeah, not so bad. Yeah, Paco is going to DJ. That's right.
Oh, nice. Yes. DJ Pac-Man.
All right, cool. So I'm going to zoom out of all of these. Whew, I feel like a very cool, 20 degrees just lifted off of me.
That's awesome. In chat, if you are just tuning in, we see you saying hello, and we say hello back. We've got Paul Weaver, Ryan Benton, Alberto, Laura Craig. Laura wants to know if you need any interns at Lobster.
Oh, that's funny. Maybe
yeah,
send me your
future.
portfolio. Go on the website. My information is on there, so I'm more than happy to look at a portfolio.
That's awesome.
So what I've done is pulled these 4 photos just to give an example. So the ones on the left are are more ubiquitous with what a concert looks like. That could be any concert. And if I have the choice for using stock photography for my personal use, then what I want to do is look for something that's going to be more unique and set a tone for what I think the David Bowie Festival would look like. So for me, the ones on the left, though they're great photographs, I don't think that they really feel like what the right tone is for this festival. Whereas the ones on the right, they have this oddball personality. And like even looking at this, it's like, oh, what is that? It must be a cityscape. It kind of feels like Dancing in the Streets, like one of his music videos.
The stars.
So there's something really interesting about that. And I think like curating photography is a huge part of design and how you better connect with your audience through a concept. And also with this one, I thought this was great too because it has such thin lines and it reminded me a little bit of what's happening with the AYOT logo itself with the thin lines around music festival as well as bringing in some of that collateral. So I thought we could actually put the AYOT in the middle of this or do something where we're actually putting Bowie there and make it look like it's neon.
Cool.
Just to give it an idea that it's like, okay, hey, this could be a mock-up and maybe we actually produce this. We give it to a neon artist and they're like, okay, I see what you want to do.
Yeah.
And again, this is all for presentation purposes. So if you're actually presenting this as a pitch to a client, then you would want to create something that the client can understand and visualize because they're not you. They don't know what's in your head and they don't know how you're thinking. So the more clear you can get that, the more likely you are to sell that concept to your client.
Definitely. They believe this exists.
Totally. They believe it exists. And I think that's the thing. So many people have reached out to me on Instagram and said, when are the tickets going to go on sale for this festival for next year? I'm totally going. And I'm like, oh, yeah, so it's not real.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but
yeah.
I wish.
I was like, maybe. So just looking at these 4 photographs, you can see the wide difference in the distillation between the left and the right and why I pulled these up to show you guys that. Awesome. So I'm going to click out of these because we're not going to use them. And I'm going to keep these here. And I think what I'm going to do is just play around. So we're probably going to make a lot of mistakes today and it's going to be fun.
Totally. It's not a mistake.
I'm like, yay, mistakes. I'm like,
love that.
I love it.
That's healthy.
I was like, embrace the mistake.
Definitely. Yeah.
So let's see, what do we want to put on there? I think the AYOT Music Festival would be good.
Ooh, I like that. A yacht.
So we'll bring this over here. I'm going to turn it white, bring it out, copy paste it into this, and just, I think I'm going to make it a smart object just so I can always go back and tweak it.
Awesome.
This might not even work so much in here, to be honest.
Right, with that little, what did we call it? The wonky?
The bolt, yes.
Yeah.
The bolt. Oh, I like that. Tim Obie says, we don't make mistakes, just happy little accidents. That's
Definitely.
like happy little trees.
Exactly.
It's very Bob Ross of you.
Agreed.
So to make this look realistic, what I'm going to do is, oh yeah, right, that's right. Photoshop changed how we scale things.
They did do that.
I was like, thanks, Photoshop. I was like, I love you, Adobe.
Thanks for the thing that no one asked for.
Thanks for making my life more difficult. I was like, I just got this. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate that because I think I am going to do a blur on this to make it look more like neon.
Yeah. And also to look like it actually belongs in physical space.
What blur do you think I should go with? Maybe Gaussian.
Yeah, I really only mess with Gaussian.
Yeah, Gaussian.
The Gaussian, the Glossier.
So we're gonna try and match the same blur as what's going on with that blur behind it.
Yeah.
That's getting pretty good. Maybe a little less.
It's also interesting to keep in mind, like, you're zoomed in right now and it'll be probably only digital or maybe potentially
maybe. I think what I'm also gonna do is crop into this just because it's a little bit too much scale and then make it widescreen for presentation.
Boom.
Which I'm just gonna eyeball and center.
Like it.
Yay.
It really looks like it already fits in there just with that.
Yeah, I know. And we're gonna do a little
blur.
bit of masking. Let's see.
Everyone is feeling your pain about the constraint with the shift and the Like,
oh yeah, right.
how it
They're all
works
like
now.
this. Maybe Adobe will be like, you know what? Let's just change it back.
Yeah, you know, I don't know what
What the purpose was?
the purpose was.
I
I'm
always
sure
feel like there is a
one.
purpose.
Of course,
though.
of
You
course.
know, like it's one of those things that I'm like, no, there's got to be a reason, and
Yeah.
if there isn't a reason, I'll be really sad someday. But
Maybe you'll never know.
but right now, I'm like, there's got to be a reason because they're probably going to do an update with a future program that they're creating that this is going to to be necessary for.
That's
And that's what I always feel.
Or they'll use the shift drag as something else. That's
yeah, exactly. So I'm going to over mask just so that I can see where everything is.
Oh, interesting.
And then I'm going to bring it back in once I'm just going to take that tail off.
Yeah, don't need it.
We don't need that tail.
That's
no one's
funny.
gonna know.
I was interested to see how you're going to do this because you couldn't see the figures. And if I were to do it, I would probably turn down the opacity.
Oh, I've done that before too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually want to keep it pretty soft. First, I'm going to keep it hard and go in and get really close. Oops. So...
And can you real quick, maybe for people who don't really use Photoshop, explain what a mask is and why you would use it?
Oh yeah, so a mask is created to really keep your artwork intact. So I don't want to erase what I'm creating because I might not use it like this later.
Yeah.
So in order to do that, there's a mask button down here, and you can mask on, yes, right here.
Right here.
You can create a mask on any object or shape, and that helps to keep all of your information for your object in place.
Right. It's like literally you are using masking liquid or something
Exactly.
like that, and you can just bring it back in using black and white as an eraser and a painter.
And it also allows you to take some liberties where I'm like, I don't really think we need that. So now I'm gonna bring the hardness down because we don't want it to look too fake.
Right.
Bring this back up, and I will slowly follow the contour.
Awesome. And doing this all with a very old mouse.
I know, I'm so used to it though. Look, you can't argue with results. That's what I always like to say.
So true. I'm more impressed. That's it.
I'm good with the mouse.
Yeah.
So this, we don't want to get too close to him just because we want some kind of grayness around him so it looks like he's got a bit of shadow.
Kind of a aliasing around him.
Exactly. Same with this guy. He looks like he might have too much, so we're just gonna, might be too perfect.
Too perfect. Gotta fake the imperfection.
Gotta fake the imperfection, yeah.
The things us designers do.
I know, right? It's so silly, but at the same time I'm like, but we want it to look real! All right.
Believable. Definitely. We've got Kevin Schneider in the chat, and Kevin, we were just talking before the stream about how your collection of posters yesterday, when they all came together, they
were
looked
great.
so good.
So good.
Yeah,
Very
really
impressed. Yeah. I was like, this is great. All right, cool. So that was easy.
So that was easy. Done.
That was easy. Okay,
next?
great. So we're gonna have a lot of collateral today. So I'm gonna save that. And then I got this on Unsplash. So Yanis Papanastasopoulos.
Thanks,
Great
Giannis.
photograph. Thank you, Yanis. Thanks for attending that show.
Yep.
And I'm gonna put this in mock-ups as backdrop.
Cool.
Cool. All right, got a backdrop. Perfect. So we've done that. Let's see what else we want to do. There's something fun. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll use one of those and oops. Let's take a look at this photo. All right. Definitely crop this in for widescreen viewing. Since there's no heads down there, it looks like this was probably taken while they were practicing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna crop even more to act as though we're getting rid of the audience.
Gotcha.
So you can't really see it.
Cool. I love these colors.
Yeah, they're super cool. Actually, I don't think that looks as good.
Yeah.
I think we need a little, yeah, I think we do need a little bit of that non-audience. Okay. Then we'll just take a little off the top.
Just a little
It's like
off
a
the
haircut.
top.
We'll just take a little off the top. No big deal.
What's up, Dave? How you doing? Tanmoy, hello, hello.
I think this one we'll do where one of these is plain, and maybe this is the national, no, what doesn't look like the national Symphony
It's like
Orchestra.
two dudes.
I was like, yeah, that's probably not it. So this would probably be one of the more subdued bands. So maybe we'll make a logo for one of those bands. And Let's see.
Just design a logo real quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's a band logo. They don't really count.
Ouch.
Well, they're so, like, of the moment. Oh,
Yeah.
gosh, I totally am going to get in trouble for that. Who do we think that looks like? I feel like maybe the Young Americans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. The Young Americans.
Yeah, the Young Americans.
Man.
Or maybe the Damn Diamond Dogs.
Ooh.
Oh, no, that's a gospel group. Never mind. Did you read that one? It's really funny.
Get your
prayer on with the Damn Diamond Dogs Chicago Gospel Group. They will inspire, conspire, and probably make you perspire as you sing, dance, and cry to the best of Bowie during their famous gospel breakfast routine.
Oh, that's famous.
And then I said, there's nothing religious about this band except for the experience you'll be left with. Praise Bowie.
Praise Bowie. Are you out there, Bowie?
Are you out there, Bowie?
Aw. Shoot.
Too funny. Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah, everyone in chat is excited about portfolio reviews.
Oh, good. Me
That are going to
too.
be happening. Yeah, so we'll be looking at 2 probably during this stream, and you can find more information about that over in the portfolio review tab. I get those submitted, and we are excited to see which 2 are chosen.
Yes, we are. Very.
Yes.
I'm just going to look at this again. The Young Americans. Yeah. I feel like they don't really need anything back there, but I want to do something with that image.
Okay.
I think
we can
I'm
at least
not
play
ready
with
yet,
it.
though.
I'm not ready.
I'm not ready yet. It's too much pressure. So let's see what we've got. So we've got some shirts. We've got the shoes.
You're excited about the shoes.
I'm really excited about the shoes. Maybe we'll start on the shoes.
Okay, cool. And I love how you're building your own mock-ups.
Yeah, why not?
This is cool because people often think they need to download a template.
No, I think that's the thing is that I try to look for images that feel like the context of what I'm doing, and everybody has the ability to use the mock-ups. I think that's the difference is that when I'm looking for imagery, obviously I want it to be like clean and unobstructed, as much the better. But even with this woman that I had picked up yesterday from Unsplash, she was wearing, she had some stuff on the bandana, and she also had some graphics on the shirt. So I just had created, I cleaned those up yesterday to make it look like she wasn't. So
Yeah, ready for a mock-up.
yeah.
There you go.
And these we're just gonna clean up a little bit too. So we'll get real tight in here and
Boom.
yeah, because we're gonna put copy over this so it won't be too drastic if we don't show.
Right. It's interesting that you can really tell how this was printed, and it'll be cool to see how you tackle how you're gonna recreate.
Oh yeah,
That
good
texture.
call.
You're like,
right. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, now that you said that, Kathleen, I'm gonna do it the right way.
Cool. Awesome.
You were so funny. I'm like,
Just trying to be
oh,
helpful.
yeah, that's right. Well, if we're gonna make it real, you're right. We should make it real.
So you're using the stamp?
The stamp tool, yep.
One of my faves.
I love the stamp tool. It's so satisfying.
Someone was having a bit of a designer dilemma, and I think you might have some good feedback about this.
yeah.
So Meredith is wondering, have you ever worked on a project where you are thrown into like a new team, or you work with someone you don't know,
Every day.
and the team you're working with, or the people like hijack the project, or they're just kind of difficult to work with? How do you deal
Kill 'em
with
with
that?
kindness.
A true Midwesterner.
A true Midwesterner. No, I think you just have to, you know, it's okay to voice your opinion. And I think it's fine to be contrary if you have a reason.
Yes.
You know, and I think that it's really, it's not so much about being difficult or, you know, being opposite or finding it difficult in that way. I think it's more about listening to what they have to say because they might have a very valid point. And if they are a team that you're coming into, they might also be a little bit insecure about having a new person there.
Yeah.
So possibly just finding a common ground that you can both understand each other on and say, this is the way I like to work.
Yeah.
Could you accommodate that? Or, you know, do you feel the same way? And maybe it's just a working style difference where they might not actually understand your working style and your preference, and you know, a lot of times when I've hired people, I'm like, hey, how do you like to work? Are you more of like you want direction and you want me to be there, or do you like to be on your own and like work by yourself and then show me and present to me? Like, there's very different styles of working. So I find that, you know, being open about it and honest, and then also being, you know, accepting to the fact that they're not going to be like you, helps to get that conversation started.
That's
so
good feedback.
Yeah, I mean, you know, everybody's different. You're always going to have difficulties with people. That's just human nature. But it's how you deal with it that is going to make you different.
Yep, definitely.
And much more professional.
Yeah. I know in the past when that's happened to me, I've always, if someone were trying to hijack or whatever the phrasing you want to use, I felt like my discomfort with it was my insecurity.
Yeah, totally.
I wanted to be in control.
Exactly, and I think that's the thing. I would just say like, hey, I'd really like to be more present in this project, and you know, I thought in the beginning that I was going to be. So if there's anything I can do to, you know, continue to be part of it, and I would like to be part of it, just keep me posted.
Yes.
You know, it's more, people sometimes don't even know they're doing it.
Yeah. I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah. And most people, I think in general, and maybe I'm too optimistic in this way, but I'm definitely a realist, people are generally good. So I think, you know, people don't usually know if they're doing something bad. It's more of a misunderstanding than a detriment or out to get you.
Yeah,
so,
I totally agree.
Yeah, so good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck, Meredith.
hopefully it works out.
I hope that helped. Yeah, and if anyone else has other questions about just working in the design industry or getting started, I know a lot of people in chat are saying like, I'm a student or I'm a new designer. So if you have any questions for Kristine.
Yeah, let me know.
She's got that experience.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe too much. All right, so we're going to keep Adidas there, I think. Yeah, why not? I know, this is just fun for me now. I'm just getting lost in it because I'm like, ooh, soothing, cathartic work.
Totally.
Yeah.
Feel you. Meredith says thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
What's up, Dana? How are ya? Good to see you. Paul says, or you can Photoshop your nemesis doing something illegal and post it online.
That's pretty bad.
Don't do that. That opens a door for a lot of bad things.
Yeah, totally. I think I would be really, really bummed out about that because I'm sure I'm somebody's nemesis.
Ooh, you're mine for sure.
I love that.
Keep your enemies close.
That's right. You're like,
I only say that as an Ohioan.
That's right, right?
That's the only part of
and
me.
as a Michigander, I hope you get a ticket when you visit my state.
I will never
visit
Isn't
that
it.
Such a thing? It's like you see the license plate in your state, you're like, oh, they're going to get a ticket.
Yeah, or you're like, of course they're a bad driver.
Yeah, of course. Oh, of course they're driving slow. They're from Ohio.
You'd rather drive slow than too fast.
So funny. So funny.
That's amazing.
I love it.
All right, chat. We've got about 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Ooh, and then we're going to moo.
And then we're going to moo. We're going to moo.
We're going to
all over the
moo.
place. Yes.
We're mooing it up.
So if you don't know what moo is, I know someone was asking about it earlier. It's an awesome way for you to get all of your business collateral printed. So
100%.
we're working on collateral today. So that's the things, that's like your marketing. Those are the physical objects.
Totally.
That you have your branding on them, your letterhead, your business cards, your tote bags, stickers, etc., etc. So we're going to be giving away a $30 gift certificate to Moo, and all we need from you is some participation. So
nice.
Yeah, we only have about 30 seconds before we're going to do the giveaway. So in those 30 seconds, get logged in on Behance. If you haven't yet, it's free. So
I mean, it's a free deal.
Why not? And if you've just been watching and kind of listening and not really chatting, you don't have to chat the whole time, but if you get logged in and participate when we ask you to, it's really easy. And then we won't bother you again.
You're like, it'll be fine, I swear.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people just kind of like to lurk, and the social interaction
Lurkers,
is
I love that.
not what they want.
Just want to lurk.
Yep. I can be a lurker.
Okay.
What's up, Jan Eric? You're just in time.
Oh, Jan Eric, hi.
Hello, hello. All right, it's time.
All right, it's time.
So,
let's see, our question.
This is your responsibility.
Happy
as a
birthday,
guest.
Bowie, or happy death, Bowie? That's... Yeah, I did just say that.
We've been laughing the whole
time. I'm like, yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot of birthdays out there, cause I don't know.
Okay, so it was David Bowie's birthday on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, yeah.
We're gonna tell the whole story, and then he passed away on January 10th a couple years ago. And it's also Kristine's birthday tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it is.
Which is cool.
I was like, well, now everybody knows.
Maybe happy birthday Bowie or happy birthday Kristine.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying happy birthday.
Everyone's like, happy birthday Bowie. They're like, please don't die. I'm like, he's not already dead.
Oh, Kanan says happy death day to you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, you could celebrate either, right?
Yeah.
Like, deaths are happy.
Celebration of life.
I'm like, okay, I'm slightly morbid. I should really stop talking.
Take a step away.
Yep.
But we have some people who haven't chatted before that just logged in and said hello, so that's great.
Yeah, cool. They're all like, R.I.P. Oh, there we go. It was R.I.P., not
Yes.
happy. Thanks. Sometimes I forget my vocabulary.
It works.
I'm like, you know, R.I.P.
Happy rebirth.
Oh, happy rebirth. That's a good one.
All right.
Oh, we have a winner. Cool.
Awesome. So
Alex
Jean, congrats. Amazing.
Awesome.
Let us
Congrats.
know if you are in chat. You have just won a $30 gift certificate to moo.com. So go ahead and keep an eye on your Behance messages because we'll be messaging you there with the details soon. That was our last chat and win with Kristine for the week.
That was it. No one else is going to win anything
Until,
with me.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Until later, yeah.
So Claude will have a chat and win during his stream, and so will Caitlin, and they'll also be reviewing portfolios. So if you are a UI, UX designer, get your portfolio submitted for Claude's stream, which is next from 11 to 1. And then Caitlin is a motion designer, so animation, motion, that kind of stuff will be from 1 to 3.
Amazing.
And if you want Kristine to review your graphic design work,
get it in there.
submit it now because we're going to look at them in an hour.
T-Rex hands.
Throwing bowies.
Throwing bowies. I saw Grandfoyd out there. I was like, oh, hey, what's up? We're best friends today.
Today?
Yesterday, we weren't friends at all. Today, see the difference of a day?
What a difference a day makes. Just 24
Hey,
little
Grandfoyd,
hours.
what's up?
What's up, brah?
24 hours? Oh yeah, I forget. I'm like a fish, you know? A fish mixed with an elephant. Like I have a good memory, but I forget immediately. All right. You're like, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm like, yeah.
Just confused.
So I'm going to throw this on there and see what that looks like. But oh, actually first, I'm gonna make it that blue color.
Oh, nice.
Because it's got this blue-black look.
That's very on trend at the moment.
Oh, nice. I was like, is it? Yeah. All right, thanks, Photoshop. I was like, I'll just stretch it out. Woo!
By holding shift.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, thanks a lot.
Jan Eric, you're a little bit late for the chat and win. I am so sorry.
So sorry, Jan Eric.
And by a little late, I mean like literally 2 minutes late.
Yeah, like a lot.
Oopsies.
Actually, what I'm gonna do is just...
Let's see how it fits.
Oh geez, all the new tools. This is where I look like I don't know what I'm doing because all the tools have changed.
No, this is cool. This is not something that everyone knows how to do.
So, yeah, much better when I knew the key commands for this. Thanks, Adobe.
No, it looks good.
All right, we're gonna get this in there.
It's also interesting to think about, like, this is a really awesome shot of these shoes, but you have to think about where the graphics are going to be placed as well. Like, this is cool for context, but if it was on a website, you'd probably want just like a total flat shot of the shoes.
Totally.
So you have that really like emotional photo here.
Yeah, I know.
Emotional
This
photo
is
of
more
shoes.
like the context shot. And then I'm gonna get this into a place where I feel is good, and then I'm gonna show you guys some puppet warping.
Ooh.
I think I kind of like it on the side.
I do too.
I almost want the lightning bolt to be bigger, but I think if it was, it would be too much and people wouldn't wear it. So I'm gonna put something on the toe as well.
Oh, cool.
But again, I think just because you have graphics doesn't mean you need to use them.
Yeah.
And that's a huge Coco Chanel lesson for you all. Let's multiply this. And what I'm gonna do is I'll show you a trick where if you're doing puppet warp with objects that are multiple individual objects, what it'll do is it'll come in as individual puppet pieces. So that's a bad thing for what we're doing, because I don't want to be like, I'm going to warp this around.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to close out of that and say don't apply. And since we're working on white, what I'm going to do is create a white background for this.
Oh.
I'm going to put it behind this, and then I'm going to Command E, which is to collapse them together. Then I'm going to multiply it.
Interesting.
And now I'm going to puppet warp it.
I like that little workaround.
Now it's one big piece versus individual.
Oh.
So this will at least be able to, I'm going to put points around all of the edges of this so that I can only constrain the interior. And what I'm going to do is, like, see how there's some crease in here?
Yeah.
I'm going to make that look like there's a bit of crease. I'm going to bring this one over because it looks like it's riding up. And move that up. Oh, not too much though.
That's awesome. The perspective is already becoming so believable.
Yeah, exactly. And I think this is the thing that you really want to do, is make sure that you're, you know, even with just client work, it's still important to show them the reality of what it could look like, because they don't know, and you're the creator.
Yep, gotta show them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So this gives you ultimate flexibility as far as what it can look like. Let's see.
Dave says Puppet Warp got an upgrade.
Yeah, it did.
It's pretty powerful these days.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that one out and make sure that it, I like how I'm like, this is how I work at home. This is probably why I have neck aches. I'm like, my neck aches. I don't know why. I was staring at, I could do the rotation thing. Oops, where we.
Too much work.
What, isn't it?
It's just R.
Command R? Oh, just R? Oh, it's because I'm in Puppet Warp.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why.
It's like too many things at once.
I know. Just trying.
Man.
Trying.
I actually have mocked up on this exact pair of shoes before.
Are you serious? We're so alike.
Yeah,
How
it
cool
wasn't
is
this
that?
photo, but it was the same kind of shoe.
So there we go. We have the Are You out there. And I'm going to gray that out. Even though it's that blue color, what I'm going to do is bring down the opacity a bit, because this is the lighting on this we want to match. And then, yeah, maybe I'll bring down the fill a little bit too, just so that we can bring the opacity back up. But let's bring the fill down.
Oh, I lied. It wasn't the same pair. Similar. Like.
Oh, I like that pair. Yeah, I should have done that pair. Jeez, that's a way better pair to do.
This is what I was talking about. I was like, we need to see the hummingbirds.
I love that.
Yeah.
Did you draw those hummingbirds?
No, Lydia Lukianova did.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's just for a little
Lydia.
magical gradient tutorial we worked on.
Oh,
cool.
Nice. So I think this is feeling good. All right, cool. All right, so let's do, I think we should have it be by Adidas with Ayat, not by Stanley.
Yes.
Because it's a collaboration
Stanley.
shoe, and we want to make these look as real as possible. And what I also like is that this feels very fashion when I take
does.
off this.
It looks like ASOS.
Totally. So we're gonna add a little width, and I think that this is actually the font that I would like to use, even though I'm not sure yet. Avant. Actually, maybe Accidents. This feels a little bit more doable. Track that out. I'm going to, actually just gonna outline this so that I can, oh, that was set to artboard. There we go.
Nice. I'm wondering if it's interesting because you have Are You Out There Music Festival on the side, and then the tongue's going to say with Ayat as well. Yeah. And I'm wondering if that's too much.
Too much
same
Ayat?
info. Yeah.
I know.
Like
I'm not sure.
Maybe it should just be a graphic on the side, or
it might be. I think you're onto something.
It's evolving.
I think you're onto something.
Ooh, the lightning bolt. That's cool. Ooh. Interacting with the age? Oh, no, never mind.
No. I was like,
Too kitschy. Sorry. I feel that.
So I want to skew this a little bit more just because it doesn't feel in line with the A.
Oh, cool. With Sayat.
And then, does it look like an S?
What do we think, chat?
I think it does.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's better. Let's just try it.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
So
This should be easier.
yeah,
It's just like tilt it.
it's like boop. Oh right, I should have done it in white. Let's do this in white. It always makes it a little bit easier. Okay. Oop.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna bring it in as pixels so I don't have to find it. Okay.
Whoa.
First, this.
Look at her. Look at her, everyone.
Let's see.
Look at her go. Nice.
Doop, doop, doop. Yeah, so what's everybody working on out there? I'm curious.
Good question. Chat, are you designers, working a non-creative full-time job, doing creative stuff on the side? What kind of projects are you doing? I'm interested specifically to hear, like, if you do work at a creative capacity at maybe a larger company, like, what is your capacity? What do you do on the day-to-day? Because you can hear, I'm a designer, but it's like, but what do you actually do?
What does that mean?
Yeah, it means something different.
Yeah. So to get that texture, what I did is I used the overlay. And then since it's a little bit more gray, to make it realistic, I duplicated that layer, kept it with overlay, but then brought the opacity down, because if it's at 100, it looks too white. So we're just trying to match what Adidas is and give it that natural gradient.
Very cool.
And we're gonna take these two, group them, at, and then we're gonna duplicate the group, and then take it over here.
There it goes.
There we are.
Robzilla says that he's been drawing for ESPN and the NBA recently.
What? Zilla, you're so cool.
I know, you're doing the cool stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, Jeff says I'm working on a tee design right now.
Really?
Nice. Like a t-shirt.
Like a t-shirt. Okay. I was like, what kind of tee?
Yeah, I know. Rooibos.
Yeah, Rooibos. Green.
Jeff, are you like a graphic t-shirt designer, or is this more of a one-off thing? I always like to nerd out with people who know about the t-shirt design, because I was also one back in the day. Let's see.
Blur. Gaussian. Let's get a little blur on this, but not too much.
Not too much. Dave says I'm a pre-service educator. What does that mean?
Pre-service.
Pre-service. I'm very interested.
We're both like, what's that?
Ooh.
How can we help?
Yeah, exactly. Kroll says that I'm a designer for a cruise line.
What?
Yeah.
How
so
cool.
do you do like the marketing collateral or like email design, or what kind of stuff do you do? Anthony says I make logos, a lot of social media managing, website design, among other things.
That's cool.
I think social media management is very interesting. Anne is a translator, but studying design.
Nice.
That's really cool. Anne, what are you translating? What language? Taina is searching for a new opportunity, but a big passion with package design and branding.
Okay. So, since Stan Lee's face was on there, I thought that was kind of fun. Let's put Bowie's face on ours.
Yes, that little classic.
This guy. Classic.
Have you seen the, that's a GIF on Instagram where he like pops out
Yes,
of the
I
bottom?
love it. It's amazing.
It's so frightening.
All right, so we're gonna take this and, oop, maybe not delete his face. But I am just going to take his head.
Not the
Because we're not gonna
mullet.
need the mullet. It's not gonna actually show.
No one actually likes the mullet.
So I'm just gonna erase enough so that I can copy paste his head.
That's so funny.
I know, right? It's like, ah! He's like, are you out there, Kathleen? You're like, no, Bowie, I'm not. All right. So we're gonna do the same kind of thing that we did yesterday, where I'm gonna do Shift Command U, turn it black and white, bring up my levels, play a little bit with exposure so that we can get some crazy bitmaps going on. Even more so. Perfect.
Oh, Dave, when he said he's a pre-service educator, it's a fancy way of saying I'm still in college for a teaching degree.
Pre-service. Oh.
Look at you.
That's pretty sneaky, Dave. You could have just said you were in school.
That's awesome, Dave. What kind of education are you going into? I love a good teacher.
Okay.
Very important.
I taught once.
Yeah?
Yeah, I taught at Columbia.
How did you
Graphic
find
design. It was fun. It was a lot of work. I'm glad I did it to know that that's not how I want to spend my life.
Gotcha.
Not in a bad way, just in a I know myself way.
It's it's an all-encompassing career.
Bowie head. It is. Okay. So I'm gonna bring Bowie head in here. Place Bowie head.
And see what Bowie head does.
Yeah, exactly.
With his life. Oh, Dave's gonna go into high school biology and chemistry.
Oh, wow. Good for you for watching the show today. I like that.
Thanks for being here, Dave. That's very cool. Thanks for your hard work.
Bowie head.
Bowie head, are you out there?
Are you out there, Bowie head? Oh, shoot. Oh, there he is. Okay. Cancel.
Oh, he had no extension.
He's
no
like,
extensions because he cut off his mullet.
Bowie head.
He needs his
like,
extensions.
Unknown format because of the no extension.
Because the no
All right,
mullet.
let's see if I can open him back up.
Come on, Bowie head.
Come on, Bowie head. Okay, bitmap, Bowie head, doing it. Okay. So complicated. Here we go. Bowie head, we're doing it. I'm gonna turn you that blue color. Copy you. I'm gonna use this for something else too. Photoshop. I know there's different ways to do that, but this is the way I'm doing it.
This works.
So this is the fun thing, and this is actually what I learned the most when I was teaching, is that there's a million ways in Photoshop to do the same thing.
To skin a cat.
Exactly. There is. Cat skinning.
Muppet skinning.
Muppet skinning.
And then you wear it as a
Bowie
coat.
head.
No, I totally agree. That's why I was interested to see how you were gonna do like the masking and stuff.
Totally. Yeah, there's millions of
nice.
ways to do the same thing. I'm just gonna make him a little bit smaller, just so that we can see.
Just peeking out.
Just see. Well, I don't really want to see his eyes because I'm gonna have to make him pretty blurry.
And they're disconcerting.
Yeah, exactly. They'd be like, ah! I'm coming up behind the laces. Ah!
Watch out! I'm gonna eat your feet.
Exactly. Be like, oh, geez.
Thanks.
So we'll do some overlay. That doesn't work. Let's see.
I love that they have
We'll just multiply.
those live previews, so you can just check them all out real quick.
Right?
Yes, no cats were skinned during the stream. Just mullets were chopped.
So we'll do color overlay, but we're gonna do actually gradient overlay instead. And then I'll go in here and create a new gradient. So color, I'm gonna pick this side, and then, okay, and then this color, I'm going to pick this side.
Oh, cool.
Hopefully
So
that
smart.
works.
Oh.
Oh, wait, yeah, location. Oh, 100. Okay.
So smart.
So then we're going to go across. Seems like it's not really. Oh, multiply. No wonder.
Yeah. Wow, this is such a cool, subtle way
Okay, so
to do it.
this now will match the angle. There's so many ways to do it. This was one.
This is one of many.
Just one. Okay, so now we're gonna mask this. So we'll click the little mask button on the Bowie head. And we'll come in here and to toggle between deleting, or well, I should say removing, and adding is just X.
Yep, you're going between white and black.
Yeah.
There are some really amazing Bowie jokes
Yeah?
happening right now.
Oh, yeah?
Like,
Oh, I'm so glad. Someone, please. Yes.
Pika Bowie.
Huh?
Pika Bowie. He's like
Bowie?
peeking out from behind it. If he's at 100% opacity on the layer, he's David Showy. And if it's at 0, he's David No Showy.
David No Showy. I love it. David No Showy.
It's so bad.
I love these.
Very
These are my
good.
kind of jokes, people. Keep them coming.
Yep. My dad was here in chat yesterday making all kinds of dad jokes. It's keeping us alive.
Yes, totally. All right, so it's starting to look more realistic, which is cool. So let's take our, oh, cancel. No, that was just a fake layer. Sorry. So the great part is once you do one, you've got Bowie already masked out over here slightly to do another.
Yep.
We just want to shift him around a little bit.
Quick work.
Make him a little bit smaller because he's tinier over here. We're gonna bring the opacity, well, not the opacity. We're gonna bring the fill down a little bit. Okay. And get in there with our masking tool.
Get in there. That's easy.
So, yeah. I'm gonna get a little bit tighter on this one just because it's kind of dark where that ends.
There's a lot of contrast.
Yeah. Seriously, I could do this all day. This is a bad thing. Okay, so you really want to make sure you look at it from a distance because that is where everything starts to fall apart.
Oh no. Oh no-y.
Oh no-y. So for me, I'm noticing that there's a little bit too much darkness on this one.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring it down to 10 and just start to, because there's a little bit of highlight in here. It's like reverberation from behind the what's it called? Shoelace?
That's true, because it's a lot of white bouncing off of white.
Yep.
Dave says, Adobe.
And he also has to have the Gaussian blur. That's what it is.
You're like, why does this look so weird?
I was like, it's so weird. Wait, we need more. All right, so I applied the blur that I had already had. I'm gonna apply it one more time. There, that's a little better.
Yeah.
It's still a little weird, but you know.
It works for now.
We can't perfect everything. Okay, so shoelaces. I feel like the shoelaces, we wanna make these wild or we wanna make them like more subdued? We could have a couple pair. All right, let's put some bolts on here.
Just throw some bolts on it.
Yeah, because one thing that could be really cool is if we make the whole shoe tongue black or the front black with this burst and everything underneath it would be black. We can just mess around and see what that looks like.
Cool. Ooh, interesting. Some blacked out Adidas.
So if we were going to, let's see. Oops, not that. I'm just checking them out. Definitely multiply.
Part of the playtime.
So I'm not sure if I'd want that on the tongue. It looks weird. So this is why we play.
Yep.
Gotta check everything out.
It doesn't hurt anyone. Just to try.
I mean, to be honest, I already knew it was gonna be the eyes. I just really wanted to have some fun.
You're like, haha, this is so fun.
I know, eyes. I'm like, just kidding, it's the eyes, guys. We're making these super cool.
It's pre-baked. I think the eyes are a great idea. Very trendy.
We're like, whoa, Bowie! Sorry, I can't help myself. Oh my gosh. I know, it's just too much fun.
And it's cool that they're going to be slightly different on each of them.
Totally. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
So, let's see, we had this gradient overlay. I'm just gonna grab it and put it on both of these because we can. Oops. Nope. Too much.
3 of them.
It's like we want all of them. Okay. And we'll probably puppet warp this too. Just because we don't want them to be too big. This is kind of some Comme des Garçons stuff right now.
Oh,
I'm like,
yes.
I am really loving this.
Coming for your brand.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, yes, please.
Yeah, that's
and
actually.
Thank you very much.
I love that logo so much.
Too.
The little heart. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
So overpriced, but oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Totally bodily. Totally bodily.
Totally bodily.
Jonathan. Everyone's just putting OE on the end of everything or putting a B in front of everything.
we didn't.
No,
oh gosh. Okay, you guys are bad.
Making us look bad.
Yeah, you're making us look real bad.
Cool. So now you're just kind of warping things, making it look like it fits in the space.
Exactly.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. Okay, we'll throw some Gaussian blur on that.
I would wear these.
Yeah, me too.
I might just paint, like, Sharpie some eyeballs onto my Vans. Who knows?
Okay. Just a little. Okay.
Tim's like, if only there was a 3D shoe model in Adobe Dimension.
Oh, Tim, you sneaker. Oh my God, I even said it. That was such a shoe joke. So sneaky.
Gosh.
So good.
Wow.
I know, right? We just can't help it.
Adobe Dimension's pretty cool, though.
It is. Although I wasn't going to do that today because it takes me time and it renders.
Yeah.
And plus I can do it in Photoshop, so.
Yeah. It just really depends on what you're comfortable with and what you want to do. So many different ways to skin a Muppet.
Different ways to skin a Muppet. All these Muppets out there are like, no!
Ah, so many different ways to cut a mullet.
Why? This one looks like it's the toes facing in a little bit.
Yeah.
So. All right, let's see. The more simplistic something is, the more the details look crazy if you don't get them right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna continue to blur this out a bit.
That is a really good point, and it's important when you're just starting with building mock-ups and putting your imagery on physical things is to, like, be careful. Like, take it inch by inch instead of foot by foot.
Totally, I love that. It's the 100-foot view.
Foot by foot.
And then while you're doing it, again, you gotta, like, look out and look in. Do those look weird? Yeah. Do we like it? Yeah.
Yeah, weird in the best way possible.
But they might be a little bit big. So
yeah.
I think I'm gonna just bring it down a notch.
It's really, really interesting with, like, putting graphics on physical things, the size and how psychological it is. Like, typically in male graphics, the graphics are larger, and in female, it's smaller.
Yeah, totally. So this is probably for me.
It's probably just for Kristine.
I was like, sorry.
No, but it is interesting, like, even just dropping something down 0.5 millimeter changes it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. All right, so this one, I think I'm just gonna give a little bit less fill. Actually, sorry, opacity.
Big Bowie is watching you. Big Bowie's out there.
Big Bowie. Okay, and now that we've done that, I'm gonna take that one off and be like, nope.
Not needed.
Not needed. But something is missing, and I think it might be the shoelace color.
Okay.
So, I really don't want to do shoelace color.
That'll take a while.
That'll take too long, and we're just not that interested.
Yeah.
So, you know what? We're just gonna keep them like that.
I
Cool.
like it.
And
It
save.
works. And save for the first time.
And just cropping it a little bit. Because why not? We can. Cool. Saving.
Yay.
Choose.
What's up, Kyle? Thanks for hanging out. Good to have you.
Mockups. Cool.
Oh, I didn't know that, Julia. Dimension now supports Google SketchUp file format. That's helpful.
I also like to do some save out. Okay. Saving. Okay. All right, cool. So let's do some shirts. Oh, I love this guy. He's so cool. He's so Bowie.
Yep. A very delicate Bowie.
Yeah, right? So we have all this fun collateral that we want to work with. I want to do something for the China girls. And I mean, even just putting this on a shirt.
It looks like a shirt.
Could be super cool.
Yep.
So let's just see what this looks like.
Ooh.
Because I don't want to do the red.
Yeah, with some actual gold foil printed on there. That'd be sweet.
We'll do pixels. We've got this. I know, every time. So this is the kind of collateral, like, you know, you make a poster, you can bring in more ideas for it, but I think the idea is to we don't have to put the, we don't have to put the AYOT on everything, but what I'm gonna do is put this on the tag because this is part of the festival collateral.
Yes.
So we want to make it look festive.
It's what you would buy at the Not Made in China Girls.
Exactly.
Tint.
Multiply that. And again, this is one of those things where I could do this in Illustrator to begin with, which would probably have been easier, but actually, nah, why bother?
We're already here.
We're already here, so yeah.
Marcel is interested to know, and I think I know your answer, if you prefer to work as a freelancer or based at an agency.
Oh, you know what? Now, freelancer. Well, and I consult, so I don't necessarily freelance because I don't go into companies and work for them.
Yeah.
I work with them and they're my clients.
Like you stay Lobster phone as you continue to work with them.
I'm more of an agency now myself. So
yeah, you're like, I
will
both.
consult with them and create the overall direction. So it's kind of like freelancing because I'm on my own, but instead of going into a company and working with their team, I am the team and I work at my own studio.
Yes.
So I'm going to collapse these two. And then we're gonna do some puppet warp.
Yeah.
Gotta love that puppet warp.
Look at all them warps.
I know. So we're gonna keep this top part pretty clean. Oh wait, you know what? In order to do this, let's multiply first so we know what we're doing.
Good idea.
Yeah, right? We're like, yeah. Okay, so China Girls looks like, type looks in a good place. That's pretty flat.
Which is helpful.
Yep.
It needs to be legible.
Exactly. So I'm keeping that and I'm putting those there so that if I did something like this, China Girl stays in the right spot. You
really helped yourself out with the design of this.
I know,
graphics.
right?
It's already
pretty warped. I'm also gonna keep the circle pretty good, but I think it's just the outside of the edge. I want to make sure it looks like it's got some warp to it, so it feels naturally. Sometimes I gotta delete. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I gotta delete these. Hello.
Hello. Are you out there?
Are you out there, Polly?
People love this graphic. They want it on posters. They want it on shirts.
Cool. Maybe I'll put it on some shirts and put it out on Print All Over Me. We were just talking about that this morning. Kathleen and I are going to create a little Print All Over Me.
A little capsule collection.
Capsule collection.
Bowie inspired.
Yeah, totally. So, yeah, I did help myself out with this shirt. And then we'll do just a tad over here, not too much. We don't want it to look too wrinkly.
Right.
So you'll get a quick preview of what before and after looks like when I push return. Boop, boop.
Did you catch
Pretty
that?
fun, yeah. Boop, boop. So it feels natural. Okay, now we're gonna go back to Illustrator, grab the AOIOT logo. I think we'll do the little one.
Little guy.
Yeah. And the reason I'm doing this one versus this one, I like this, but this is, the type is knocked out, so it's going to be more difficult to print small, where this type is on its own white background, so it'll hold a little bit more detail.
Yeah, good point.
So I'm grabbing and copying that, putting it in place as a smart object, because we're not really warping this too much, so we can keep it there. And then that way, if we want to change it later, change our minds, we can.
Boom.
Boom.
Not too much perspective warp needed for this one.
Nope,
just
nothing at all. Kind of looks like a giant in a way.
Yeah.
You know, it's got that.
Cool.
High, low.
High, low, middle.
High,
Who
low,
knows?
middle. Okay. Cool. So we've got a shirt.
Yay.
Let's see. That was my stomach. Oh my god.
It's like, I like
even
the
Paco
shirt.
heard it over there. He was like, oh. Yeah, dude, you can hear that. I feel like everybody.
It was happily gurgling.
And I do eat breakfast. I just never do before the show. It's a weird thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's tough.
Too nervous, right? I'm like, ooh. Actually, I'm not nervous, but I am.
It's like subconscious nerve.
It is. All right, so we've got t-shirt 3. I'm just going to save because I already saved that. And then I'm going to do a save as a JPEG. That way I've got it ready for publishing. I'm going to do it as 2500. I think that's good. It's a little bit bigger than Artboard that we're working with.
Nice.
And then, probably shouldn't save that in my clients folder.
You're like, do you want this?
Yeah, sure. I'd be like, are you sure? It's kind of fun, right? I think I did that before. Okay, perfect. Now I know why. I was like, why don't I have a JPEGs folder in this? I'm like, oh, because I put it in my clients folder.
Whoopsies.
See, we're all human.
Or are we dancers?
Or are we robots?
Or are we robots?
I definitely think I might not be human. Okay, so let's do this one next, and we're gonna do some, this is very like robot-like, which I like, and they're just like...
They're like mannequins.
Very cool, very 80s. So let's take a look at some of the graphics that we did yesterday. I think Stiggy Zardust and Best Selling Show are gonna be the ones that we use for this. And even though they're posters, I feel like a lot of times, like this is an album cover. Like what I'm wearing today, if you can see it, it's the Hunky Dory album cover. And it's a poster for the most part, and I'm wearing it on my shirt, and I love it.
Yep, it's definitely a thing.
It's a thing, yeah.
It fits the format super well.
So I think one of the things we're gonna do is take this whole thing. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna bring China Girls down here so I've got it, and this will be our t-shirt palette.
Nice.
I'm just deleting all this because we don't need it anymore. I'm gonna make this wider so we can throw some t-shirt collateral in there.
Nice. Dave was saying that he appreciates how organized your artboards are.
Oh, thanks, Dave. Me too. You and me both.
Really helps out.
I was like, that makes two of us.
Makes all of us.
Exactly.
Tim was saying, at least we know you are human.
Am I?
Because of the tummy thunder.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? That's really thundering.
That's
too.
the only thing that makes you human.
So funny. That's it? That's it, Tim?
It's just a sound box that you have down here. You're like, really? I am human.
Ah! So for this shape, I want it to be square, I think. So I'm just going to do 15 by 15. Okay. Cool. And then I'm going to work around that with this.
I think this would be my favorite t-shirt to wear.
Really?
I just really love those sharp, almost called triangles.
So yeah, I like this breaking out. Maybe not too much. Oh. Maybe not too much. But, okay, perfect. I think that looks good. And what I'm gonna do is take this, I think I'm gonna take it into Photoshop, bitmap it, then bring it back, color it all one color, and then throw it back into Photoshop on the shirt. Nice. So it's a bit of back and forth process, but I'm doing that so that we can actually get some of this grittiness to it.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
Cool, we'll add that. That's how you would actually design a t-shirt graphic. So
totally, we want that grittiness, and we want it to look old, and like the shirt I'm wearing looks old because someone took a photograph of the album cover and did something very similar to make it one color. So we're gonna juxtapose this a little bit. I thought about making it perfectly height here and aligning that, but it doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel like Bowie to me. No. I think there needs to be some, you know, outside of this world feeling.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna copy this, do a new artboard in Photoshop, place it in as a smart object, I guess. Oh, weird. Did that work? Huh. Copy paste that again.
It seemed like it worked.
I'm gonna do is pixels. Ah, there we go.
Ah, that's what you want.
It was cropping it off last time.
Oh, nice.
All right, so increasing this, I'm going to turn it into, I'm gonna first collapse it, turn it into grayscale, pump up the levels, so that's the Shift Command L and Option L, and then turn it into a grayscale formally, which is different than just turning it grayscale with Shift Command U.
Yep. Yeah, this takes literally all of the color opportunity out of the file.
And then for this one, I think I'm gonna bring the bitmap down to like 150, just to take a look at what that's gonna look like.
Nice. People are asking why bitmap and...
So that I can change the color later.
Yeah, in Illustrator specifically.
Tone. Actually, I'm gonna do it at 72 and just see. And maybe, well actually I'll do it at 150 and do it per inch.
Nice.
Okay. Frequency, mine's an inch. Let's see.
Let's see if it works.
No, still not enough.
Push it further.
Pushing it further.
To the limit.
150, halftone screen, 72. Okay, frequency 300. Ah, that's what we were looking for. Okay, so see, it's not meant to be that crazy, but it will look like this on the shirt.
It's just being previewed, totally.
Totally. So we're gonna save as a BMP bitmap file, put it in my links folder, and call this Stiggy.
Stiggy Zardust, everyone.
That's right. Okay. So now we've got our original file in here, which we'll keep. and then throw Stiggy in there. So see what that looks like next to it? It's pretty rad. We could make this any color we want.
Ooh.
So I'm going with this, and I'm gonna put this on the guy.
It is interesting because these people are in black and white, so the
yeah, I know.
will need to stay that way.
Maybe. I mean, there could be something cool about making them stand out in that way. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, because you can see their whole outfit, so it would be interesting, like, your eye would be focused right on the t-shirt, since it is the only thing that's different.
Yeah, totally.
And that's the merch.
So, a little bit bigger, a little bit thinner.
Nice.
And this isn't exactly the best mock-up, I think, for this t-shirt.
Right.
So I'm just gonna take a look at doing this one, and then we're gonna do another one.
Perfect.
Mainly because I'm already noticing that I don't really love the way that it's being shown.
Is there a reason for that? Just because you can't see much of it?
Because I can't see much of it, yeah. I like the idea of it in presentation, and I think this could be used for presentation purposes only.
Yes.
So let's multiply that. Yeah, because there's something about it that I already don't like. So I almost want to put it in real context. And I think this is the thing you find out when you're mocking stuff up, is that it doesn't always work the way you imagine. So you want to take a little bit of time and mess around. That's why we're gonna make some mistakes or happy little accidents.
Yeah, maybe
I call them mistakes at home. I'm like, that's a mistake.
You're a realist.
I was like, ugh.
I was
God,
gonna
that's
say,
awful.
yeah, Stiggy would work probably.
Stiggy would work great on this, and the one thing that I like about that is that I wanted to do something in this like pink or red.
Yeah.
There's something really cool and kind of like dirty feminine, and then this red, the same. So I'm gonna do this and throw it in here and see what it looks like. Yes, so cool. Okay, so now I'm gonna multiply that, which is even better. Oh yeah, that's it.
Yep.
See how it's just like 2 seconds later, you can have a totally different look and feel for something?
Yep.
And when we look back at this image, it's just not good. That wouldn't sell a shirt.
No.
So we're not gonna use it. It was a good idea, it was a good thought, but it's not a great execution.
Yeah, and you weren't scared to try it.
No, I think you gotta try all these things, and that's why I collect a lot of imagery beforehand, so that I'm like, okay, this looks cool, that might work, that's very different, this and this and that. Putting it all up there and together, then you can kind of try things out, but again, it's creating your foundation, and that's just brand itself. You create the foundation first, and then you can play. Boom. So she's a little bit on an angle. We're gonna just size this down a tad.
This will be interesting for puppet warp. I'm
totally
excited to
right. So first, I'm just gonna grab the bottom part of this, and I'm going to, not do that. I'm gonna hold down Shift, and I'm going to shrink that because it looks like it's chunked underneath her, like it's like squished. So I'm squishing it myself first, just so we have a little bit less to play with.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
And then we're gonna do our trick of putting this behind. And again, there's much better ways to do this, I'm sure. So definitely use your favorite method.
I might use this though, it's pretty cool.
It's not bad, it's just easy because you're in there and it's so easy to make a...
Yeah.
Okay, so I like to put the areas in and keep those in place from what I know. And then the areas that I don't, then I can warp underneath it. So this looks like it's...
Ooh. Awesome.
And I don't really want this to show down too much, just because if I keep it down there, it's gonna look like a weird, odd piece.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring it in,
Good.
and it won't even, no one would notice that it's actually pretty warped.
Right, right. That's a really cool thing about this organic wrinkling, is because like humans don't know exactly how.
Yeah.
Like it couldn't be like, no, that should be actually 3 degrees this way.
Puppet warp is a masterful trick. I mean, it makes everything look much more realistic. I think the last time I was on for being a guest, we did AIGA, and we puppet warped socks, and it was so cool because it really looked like it was on someone's foot.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Jan Eric says, could we use Liquify for this distortion effect? Yeah, you totally can.
Probably, yeah.
That's actually what I would or have done in the past.
Isn't that over here or no?
It's an
Sometimes
effect.
I use smudge tool too, where I'm just like, oh, wrong brush for that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right.
I was like, ew, that's bad.
Is it bad or is it just
So
strange?
now I'm gonna go in and I think I'm gonna give some mask to this because this is pretty light. So it wouldn't be that dark in this area.
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah, you can't always just rely on the multiply to do the work for
No.
you because that makes everything dark. It doesn't introduce any
Contrast.
highlights. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna go over some of this.
Nice. Very cool. Oh yeah, that's very true, Jan Eric. If you use Liquify, you couldn't see the photo underneath. So there you go. Unless,
interesting.
I don't know if it would work if you set it to multiply. Who knows? Chat, I want to remind you that we have about 14 minutes until we're going to be chatting about some portfolios. This is a little bit different from Tuesday and Wednesday where we did the challenges and then gave you feedback at the end. This time we're just going to be looking at 2 of your portfolios if you get them submitted and spending quite a bit of time just giving some feedback and talking about your work, which I think is pretty amazing to get feedback from a professional designer.
I'm excited. I love seeing people's work. Give me all the ideas I'm gonna steal from you.
Oh. Maybe
Just
don't
kidding.
submit.
Well, you guys are all using my work anyway, so
That's true.
we're
It's a little
even.
Give and take, give and take.
So funny.
No, but for real, it's invaluable, I think. So get those submitted. And if you are nervous, I know it's nerve-wracking to share your work with a professional and also just everyone who's watching, but I really want to get you excited about the possibility. Don't be nervous.
Don't
We'll
be
very
nervous.
nice.
I'll be nice, and you're gonna get some good critical feedback that you can make your work better with.
Helpful feedback.
So,
Yeah, Kenny, you will submit your portfolio if you look over here on the, not the challenge tab, but the portfolio review tab. Click on that, you'll see a link, you'll see some info. It's very, very easy. We'll be doing that in about 12 and a half minutes. Nice.
all right. So that's feeling more realistic. I could puppet warp this for a while and make it feel a little bit better, but we're just gonna keep it where it's at, I think, for now. And the placement, I think, should be a little bit lower. So one other thing I'm gonna do in this mask is just use some hardness and take out this entire bottom area.
Cool.
Because it would have been captured within that crease of the shirt.
It goes bye-bye.
Yeah. All right, bring that back down and bring some of it back in.
Ooh, that was a very realistic little stroke. I like that.
All right, pretty cool, right? Looks like she's actually wearing that shirt.
I would wear that shirt.
Totally. I think I want to put a lightning bolt on the arm. So we're just gonna,
A little shoulder hit.
yeah, I'm just gonna grab one of these, undo it, and do a little Stiggy Zardoz because that's theirs. And the nice thing is we're gonna keep it one color again because this shirt would have been printed a lot more inexpensively if it was one color. So why introduce new colors here just to separate it?
Yeah.
Let's keep it real.
Yeah, and just the idea of doing another design on another panel of the shirt would increase the price. So if you can keep it cheap somewhere else, that's great.
Totally. So we'll do a little bit of this. Small details.
Yep.
We'll give some filter in there. Keep doing some Gaussian blur. Look at that. Multiply it. Now this, I'm just gonna go in and do some hardcore erasing.
Bye.
Bye. See you later.
Yeah, it's important to do that because that is such an area of no contrast that introducing this dark red, it's like, whoa, your eye goes right there.
Oh, it's too much. Let's go back down to 10.
And chat, I want to let you know that if you have graphic design in your portfolio, it would be a good opportunity to submit for Kristine, but for example, maybe you're watching and you're a UI UX designer, then you might want to submit your portfolio during Claude's stream. Which will, it'll be in about an hour from 11 to 1 with Gus. And then if you are animation focused or even illustration focused, I know Caitlin does a lot of illustration, you could submit your portfolio during her stream from 1 to 3 with Paul. So really gonna focus on graphic design and branding.
Yeah, we are.
Those kind of things during these reviews.
We're also gonna do some crazy bandana action.
Please.
Because God knows I love a bandana.
You do.
I do, it's true.
90% of the time I see you, you are sporting a kerchief of some sort.
I know.
Some scarfage.
Okay, let's see. Color. I don't really think this is gonna work. And you know what? I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it would be really subtle.
Too much. You know what? She looks better with just this.
Yeah.
She's pretty cool.
Yeah, she has a lot of texture
What a
going
badass.
on the legs as well, so
Totally.
having it up top might be too much.
All right, so this will be sticky shirt.
Sticky shirt.
It's like
Stardust?
stigmata.
Oh yeah. Hope not.
What do we have? Yep, t-shirt 3, sticky shirt. Okay. We'll do a little JPEG action. Height 25. Now that we have our trusty JPEGs folder.
In the right place.
In the right place, that's right. Close out of that. Okay, what should we do next? Should we do another shirt or should we do some of this festival like graphics?
I think we should do festival graphics.
Festival
And if you have
graphics,
time
okay.
in the next 8 minutes, another shirt.
Oh, okay, cool. Backdrop. I'm gonna save this out too in the JPEGs folder. 2500. That way we can show everything at the very end.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, this one we didn't do anything with. This one, we're just gonna throw an eyeball on him later because I like that. That guy, he's just cool.
Just is the brand
He's
face.
just the guy. Okay, so wait, what are we doing? Oh yeah, graphics. Okay, so even though I created this as a color palette, I really love this as the idea of some sort of like background, like
Oh yes,
flashing
some
light.
movement.
So I'm gonna pull that, and I think, where did my Bowie head go?
Bowie head.
Bowie head, where are you?
Hello.
Oh, there we go. We'll delete that one.
Nice.
Bowie head. Okay, now we've got Bowie head. Let's see what we're working with here. Okay, so we have one huge screen and then 2 square panels. So what I'm gonna do is create an artboard that looks similar to that. So 1 screen and then 2 square panels. Just duplicate that, delete my extra Bowie. Because what we wanna do is, I think, put some messaging on here, but I mean, we don't necessarily have to because we're not really saying a ton about this right now. And let's look and see what the audience is doing. So it looks like there's a DJ. The band isn't really on yet. This could be the EDM band that's like very much like, you know, in this trance.
Yeah, just imagery, colors.
Yeah, because it's not very, like there's no band members. So I think if anything, this would be some weird super graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's take Bowie and put him in the very center of this.
Ooh.
Okay, we've got that. He looks crazy.
Good.
Let's take our Bowies and we're gonna make a weird Bowie psychedelic pattern.
Sweet.
Why not?
I'm down.
All right, we're gonna use all of our graphics.
Ooh, cool.
Okay, so see what this looks like. Actually, I'm gonna create a new one. I'm gonna spiral out from his head.
Oh, cool.
And then, yeah, okay. So let's image trace him.
Let's do it.
Why not? Silhouette so that it's knocked out. Let's see. Let's do a little bit less threshold so we can see his crazy little Bowie face.
That little smile.
Yeah, he's like, hey guys. All right, we'll expand that. Perfect. So now we have some vector. The tall silhouette man, image trace him.
Ooh.
The Duke.
Oh.
Silhouettes.
Only one leg.
That's right. Legless Bowie. Actually, I liked it better when we can see cheekbone. And that's pretty good.
Yeah, you can tell that's Bowie.
Yeah. Expand. And then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna create his other leg. Looks like. Under his suit coat.
Oh, nice. No one would ever know.
Okay, and then I will merge that. All right, so we've got that Bowie, and we might not even use these. I just want them.
Okay, for your personal collection.
I want them right now because I'm not sure if I'm gonna use them. And again, it's all about building things so that you have your assets. It's kind of fun.
Ooh.
Even though I already created him, I want a little bit more info on this one. Perfect. Got that Bowie. We're gonna do this Bowie again. Silhouette. Doing this repetitively definitely helps to train everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's see. Let's go into advanced because we wanna
Bring his nose back if
Yeah.
possible, but if not, it's all right. And then do you do the silhouette so that you are ignoring the white background? Gotcha.
100%, because you can do black and white and then deselect those. You can also do multiple color,
Yeah.
like if we wanted to.
Right.
And this, since I'm bringing my noise down, you're getting a little bit more detail.
Oh, cool.
Same with corners.
Little nostrils came back.
Yeah, I know, right? And we didn't even have to change the threshold.
Boom. If you are doing black and white, you can also go down to the options and you can check ignore white, which you have since it is in silhouette mode. But for everyone else out there, if you're ever trying to get rid of that white, just make sure that's selected.
Okay, and then with this one, I'm going to just take out these
Little nubs.
little extra pieces, because why would we have them? All right, image trace. Ah, I love this. Tall, thin Duke. That was his character.
Oh, interesting.
It's
Gotcha.
probably my favorite one. Like if I was gonna, weren't we talking about this yesterday? If we were gonna be Bowie, this is the one we would be.
Yep.
Because he has the cool hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very crisp Bowie.
Crisp Bowie.
A nice autumn Bowie. Nice autumn apple.
Bowie. Ooh yeah. Ooh yeah, don't you know?
Ooh, that eye. That's a great shadow and
Totally.
look.
Okay. So these are just fun. Now we've got all of these that we can play with, and we might not even use this. So I kind of want to do some weird background in, oh, I guess I can shut down bridge so I'm not using power. Okay, so let's get this big in here. Let's see. Perfect. Color correct that real quick. So to do that, all you do is Shift Command L and it'll bring up the right levels for saturation. So you're also bringing up the exposure and making it feel more conducive. Since we have a lot of upstairs space, I want to focus more on the downstairs. And I'm just gonna cut that out because this is more about what's happening than
in the
what's
moment
going on there. I don't mind the idea of this being off-centered though.
Oh, okay.
So I think what I'm gonna do is just shift this around a little. Because I want to make it look like it's just a little bit more dynamic. I like having a little bit of the blue and red light in there.
Yep.
And then
Interesting.
with that scaffolding, I'm just gonna knock that out.
Get out of here.
Yeah, we don't want people to know that we actually put this concert together.
Yeah. Shivam is wondering about like the stars and the eyes and the lightning bolts. Do you use those just in all of your marketing, or I guess I'm having a hard time kind of understanding the question.
Oh, this is just for this.
Yeah.
And those I created for the purpose of anyone to be able to use it. They don't have to use all of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of, if you find a place, this is some great things to start with.
Right.
It's a pack of assets.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean that you necessarily need to use them, and probably shouldn't use them all at the same time because that could be very overpowering.
Yeah, they're almost just like if you need a tertiary like hit of something, that would be a great opportunity to throw those in there.
Oops. So this is going to be in mock-ups. I'm going to call it EDM. It's to be the electronic dance music version.
There's probably some nice EDM playing in the background right now.
Totally, right?
Such good vibes. We will be looking at portfolios in just a minute or two. So whenever you get these thrown on there, mocked up, we'll do our thing. Some super graphics.
I think like big Bowie heads.
It's such a contrast
Yeah.
between the two.
It's the changes.
Mhm.
Changes. I wonder what this one looks like. Oh, no, not enough. Okay. What I'm gonna do is come back in here with my brush because it's weird to see a head without a body and then a head with a body.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna create some Bowie Adam's apple
Oh, okay.
because he has one, I'm sure. I was like, he's a man.
Mm-hmm.
How can I make that bigger? There we go. Let's go over to brush. Haha.
And you can use your bracket keys as well to increase the size.
Perfect. See Illustrator.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I use it all the time.
I was like, what? What do I use? Okay, just gonna group that. So maybe connect it to his neck so it feels underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see.
Nice. Cool, very realistic painting you're doing here.
Thank you. Gotta get some clavicle in there.
Yep.
Love clavicle. Love me some clavicle.
Love a good clavicle.
Love a good Bowie clav.
Everyone needs one or two.
Everyone needs some Bowie clavicle. That's right. That's a little bit too. There we go. Something like that. It feels esque. I'm gonna put that mullet down a little bit more.
Awesome. Cool. And maybe we can pause here on the drawing and get those thrown on there so we can do some reviews.
Okay. Really getting into it. I'm like, yup. Okay,
Look at all those
perfect.
brush strokes.
Let's do it. I'm ready when you are.
Cool. Awesome. So we're going to go up to space, do some portfolio reviews, and then close out the segment in about 30 minutes.
Space. We'll
Let's
be back.
go. Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Did you see her space pants?
My space pants. Woo.
She brought a little bit of space inside the space station.
Space in the space.
You know, there you go. So everyone,
So
welcome
good.
to the Adobe Live Space Station. I'm going to disengage
Disengaging.
helmet. And while we are decompressing, let's look at a couple portfolios. So as you can see behind us in our control panel, we've got Victoria Stalipka. Victoria, are you here? Let us
Are you
know.
here, Victoria? Are you out there, Victoria?
Hello, in the Space Odyssey.
Bowie to Victoria.
We're going to be taking a peek at a couple of Victoria's projects. She has some beautiful lettering going on
Oh,
here.
beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, so
love this.
Victoria says that I'm a graphic designer with a particular interest in type and print related projects.
It's very obvious. That's a good thing.
Yep. And I see an email, which is great. Got contact information.
Contact.
Cool.
Overall,
So,
it looks awesome.
yeah.
Let's start with the first one, the year of letters. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of letters in here. Yeah, good.
Awesome. And you can see over here, they say that they used lino cut pencil, Sharpies, and brushes.
Cool.
So some real hand-done stuff.
Amazing. My friend Seb would love this. He's really into the brush and calligraphy.
Nice. So
These
the
are great.
short overview of what I did last year in my Ode to Letters.
Oh, nice. That
is
S is beautiful.
Gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little candy cane.
Very cool. The A is lovely. And the K. I love these. And the way that you're mocking them up is really on point too.
Yeah. And the color palette.
Some of them feel more like marks than letters, but I think if you were to see the entire typeface come to life, it would really be incredible. I would definitely love to see these come to life in a full font.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you use glyphs, but you definitely should. And you should bring them all together in that program so that we can all utilize them.
Do it for us.
Yes, the G is lovely.
Yeah, look at that. It's my favorite one so far. A little bit of animation thrown in there, but it's not overbearing.
Yeah.
Which I like. Tasteful animation.
Is very tasteful. Ooh. Look at that. Oh, I like this. Bringing some illustration in.
Yeah.
Ooh, cool.
Ooh.
These are great. I can see the family of the R, the R, the C, and the, I think it was the G?
Oh, yeah, G.
Yeah, it feels really chunky and fun, and it's got this playfulness to it.
Yeah, a little retro feel.
These are great. Super fun. Oh, I love that too. That's very cool.
Love the two.
Reminds me of the two from Y24. I just did a two, but this one is obviously different. But yeah, it's super cool.
I think this is maybe where the lino cut is coming in.
Oh,
some actual
yeah.
printmaking.
Beautiful. Yes, there we go. This is fun. I'd really like to see this developed into a full font. I think it's nice and it's great that they're just letters themselves, but the way that you can really get into that and by having people use it is by making it usable for them. And then you'll see your work really come to life.
Appreciated.
Yeah, I appreciate it too.
Really strong, and extra kudos, like you said, on the presentation.
Totally. Yeah,
just
it looks
as important.
wonderful.
All right, let's look at another.
Let's go to the personal business cards. Fun.
All right, they look interesting.
Ooh, there's some mock-up action going on.
Nice.
Is that a paper plane?
It looks like a little paper plane.
Cute.
Yeah, it's 100% personal project. Okay.
I like that. Personal projects are great.
Nice.
But I don't even know if you need to put that because we know that. I would just take out this is a 100% personal project because it's your personal business card, so that's apparent. And then that makes it sound a little bit stronger, like this is something you're doing for yourself or for your own studio.
Yeah, she's telling the story here a little bit that she pitched the idea to a client, and I don't think they ran with it, so maybe she's kind of trying to cover her her loose ends, like they didn't want it, so I'm gonna use it.
Totally. Cool.
Nice.
Oh, I like that. I'm not sure about the folding, what that does and what that means. I don't know if it's necessary, mainly because if it doesn't have a purpose or a use, then I don't know if anyone would fold it. And in order to have a purpose, it looks like you need to have two cards, and still I don't know what that purpose is. So I'm more in the camp of if it's not providing me anything, lose it.
Gotcha. Here it has a little explanation on what it does. One side is informational, one is decorative, and the diagonal fold allows the card to be purely informational while also having some decor. So when you fold it with information, you get a little peek of pattern as well. I
think this is a great concept. I think it's in the wrong place.
Gotcha.
So what I would do, instead of making a personal business card, actually create a personal project for something that this would make sense for, like something that you want to hide the content and then reveal the information, the two things that come together. I don't know what that is, but that's for you to figure out.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah, because I think it's a really strong idea, and I think that it shows your thought process. It just might not be the right thing to apply it to.
Yeah.
Because it's really beautiful.
Yeah. But I really love all the care to detail that put into this presentation.
Totally.
Again, the animation, the photography, the feel of the photography matches the color palette of the work.
I feel like it could be a game, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think I would make this into a board game, or not a board game, but a card game where people get a bunch of questions, you have to hide the question, the other side is an image, you hide the image.
Yeah.
So something where it's a lot more playful and you actually want to interact with multiple pieces because you only need one card when you're doing business.
Yeah. Victoria, your work is really beautiful.
Very strong, yeah.
I'll give you a follow so I can check out some more of your lettering at a
Totally.
later date. Great job, Victoria. All right, Kanan, they're like, yay, I'm up next.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
All right, this is Kanan, live event operator, Verizon Digital Media.
Cool.
Freelance graphic designer.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Nice.
Let's jump into one. What do you think?
All right, let's see the first one, the illustrations.
Okay, we'll go through this quickly and then maybe jump into a
Ooh, these are cool. I love the textures.
That
the texture is great.
Mm-hmm.
Really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I like this better just because it has the same like flatness to the sushi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it feels like there's two different styles going on. So maybe separate them so that they have more of a focus and it feels like two separate projects of illustration.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice job, Kanan.
Nice
I like
job.
seeing it. I really do. I love the flat and the more graphic, the designed compositions.
Yeah. Let's look at Herald Hotel.
Okay. I love the color.
Ooh, Herald Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if this is, maybe if we go down all the way to the bottom, there's usually like a description. No?
Nada. Is this real, Kanan? Or
Yeah, tell us.
Tell us about
Super
it.
cool. I like the H. I don't know what the intention is behind the logo, but it makes me feel like an elevator, like two things moving or two buildings. I'd like to see some, I like the way you're placing it in your context photos. I'd like to see more of a reason behind that versus, I mean, even if you need to go back and re-strategize why you created it, I think that it would be great to have a little bit more of a visual story because it's a strong mark and it's very beautiful. I just want to know the meaning behind it or at least see it come up in places within the context imagery.
Yeah.
So maybe there's windows in the sides of the building that were like that and that's what your inspiration was.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's paneling that are texture for their old wallpaper. Who knows?
Right, right.
Or maybe it is like the building itself. There's one very tall one and then one smaller one.
With like a sky bridge.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, a little sky bridge.
Yeah.
Or it's on a hill.
Cool. And I think just our first question was kind of like, what is this? Is it concept?
Yeah.
And you're here to answer the question in chat, but you're not here in the project. So it'd be good to have a little extra actual just copy to explain what's going on.
All right, cool. Well, it looks like he wants us to look at insight glasses, so I'll take a look at that.
Tight. Let's do it.
Yeah, insight.
Fun.
Insight. Nice. All right, well, I would say, let's scroll down and see the full project before I make any. Okay, color palette I think is interesting. I'm not quite sure that the copy works with the logo.
Okay.
And I think they're fighting a little bit. Almost like, you know, the idea that you're mirroring the eye and the logo up top. Yeah. It feels like if we go back up one, it feels like, you know, you've got this concept once where it's mirroring, but I don't know what the reason is for the C and the D. So there's a C and a D that are coming together, and then there's also an apparent H that looks like it's bowing out.
Yep.
And this is creating a symbol in itself. So when we don't see the word insight, we're trying to understand what that icon is telling us.
Yep.
And it's not telling me anything about insight. So it's really important to, when you're creating a logo and a mark, I think that's what makes them so difficult, is that they have to tell the full story within that small little piece of information and visual identity without having a word. So I want to see something more there where it's saying like sight, or it's saying like insight as in like apparition, or a light bulb going off, something where you're giving someone a little bit more. And then when we're looking at the second page where it says insight and sight again is mirrored, I think that this is making it a little bit difficult and contrived. So I would remove the second reflection, and I would probably look at making a word mark that was closer in line with the geometry and simplicity of the icon once you figure out what the right icon is.
Gotcha.
This is I think you're on to a good start, so it's good, and I like the simplicity of the bifocal, but I just want to see more. Yeah. It's a great name and it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Just push it.
Yeah.
Or just start fresh and see what you come up with the next round again.
Yeah, version 2.
Because I'm not sure if it's real or not, but I think you have all of the ideas there and it's a good idea. And I like the way that you're using the color to differentiate. It's almost like, you know, the seeing eyeglasses, they come together top and bottom.
Yeah.
So these are like the opposite, where they're coming together side to side. But what does it mean?
Yeah.
So if it doesn't have a purpose, again, like you really want it to have a purpose.
Yeah, let's hear the voice and the story behind this. But nice job.
Nice job.
So that was Kanan. Give you a follow. Check out more of your projects when we have more time. So Victoria, Kanan, thank you so much for submitting
thanks
your
guys.
portfolios.
This is great work. Awesome.
Yes.
Keep it up.
Seriously, and you both have pretty well filled out portfolios, but they're not overbearing, so great job on the amount of work you have up.
Yeah, they're awesome.
That's not easy.
Not easy to do, that's right.
Not at all. So we'll have Claude and Gus coming up in about 15 minutes, and Claude, like I keep mentioning, is doing the UI UX design, so if you have a portfolio that's more geared towards screen design, web design, and app design, get that ready to be submitted, because that's what we're going to focus on next.
Woohoo!
And then we have about 10 minutes left.
10 whole minutes?
Yes.
Woo! All right.
If, like, that's enough time to...
Let's just see what this looks like.
Okay, we'll do that, and then maybe spend a little more time than usual going over the whole thing.
Oh, the whole thing. Yeah,
this is
totally.
The last day.
I'll just mock this in there real quick, and then we'll call it a day.
Great, great, great. We'll call it a week.
We'll call it a week. So the good part about this is that it's just pixels. Oh, except for the fact that I just distorted them completely.
They're just pixels, and now they're ruined.
I was like, and now they're really distorted pixels. So I'm gonna make this look like it's in here.
That's
in
cool.
A second.
I like the black and white contrasting with the blue and red light. Very nice.
Thanks.
Thanks, I did that.
It's like, thanks.
I made that.
I did. I had to clean off all the graphics that were on this TV from before. So I spent some time last night cleaning some things off that we didn't want to do because it'd be boring today.
Nice. The things you do for
the
love.
Things you do.
The love of
that
design.
Seems about right. I want them to be out of screen. I'm just gonna multiply that, and then cool thing is since I already did this in white, I can just select all the white, normal, and mask. Ooh, wrong one.
Inverse.
Masking it out. And again, like, we would do a much better job with more time and more attention.
Yes. This is really just for us to get the proof, the idea.
Proof of concept.
See if we dig it.
Oh, no wonder it's black and black. No wonder it wasn't working. Oh, still.
You're not on the mask.
Am I not? Oh, great. Thanks.
It's my job.
Oh, wow, that would have been detrimental.
Detrimental for sure.
For sure. We almost ruined everything. So it definitely looks very real because it looks all bad. And that's exactly what they look like when they're in context. Kind of bad. We'll just let that one go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably going to take us... Oh, the whole screen?
Or when you... on the Photoshop, when you zoomed out quite a bit, it looked...
Yeah, it looks normal, exactly. It looks like it's fitting in there. So maybe what we'll do is just create, we'll put this in here. And this, because this is more of like the EDM band. So we'll say, okay, we're gonna do Mars landing, so paste. We're going to take this in direct half.
Oh, interesting. I like the way you think.
Again, with the commands, Photoshop, I love you, but...
A little confused.
I was like, I love you, but you changed my whole world.
Changes.
Yeah, I know. Bowie knows best.
He's like, I feel you, girl.
I know. He's like, I know I've been changing everything.
I wrote the song about Photoshop in 2019.
Seriously. I feel you. So this would be some sort of giant interactive movie that was playing, and it would be split across 2 screens, and people would be like, whoa, I can't read anything. And I'd be like, I know.
That's the point.
I did it on purpose.
To confuse you specifically.
Exactly. Perfect. All right, so that's some sort of polarizing, weird movie that's happening, and we'll just say that Caitlin's gonna animate that, because why not?
Yeah, Caitlin,
animate this, make a movie.
Cool.
All right, so we've got that.
All right, cool.
Let's just save that out as a JPEG.
I can't wait to see all the things put together we worked on.
All right. That's another thing I'm gonna show you guys, is that we can export these as JPEGs. So let's do export for screen. And we can select the ones that we want. You can see I've already done this in some cases. So not this, but definitely the posters, not those, and not my blank artboards. And I'm gonna pick my folder, which is my JPEGs folder, choosing. We'll just say Bowie, and then we'll say export.
Boom, 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 boom,
Boom! Super fast. And now look at this. We've got all these Bowie artboards. Boom, boom, boom. Oh,
Bowie,
that one too.
Bowie,
Didn't mean that
Bowie.
one. Deleting.
So this is the combination pretty much of what you've worked on live.
Yeah, I think so.
With everything that you already prepared previously.
Yes.
Amazing.
Except I did the wrong artboards.
Oh no.
I was like, we want a couple more. Let's do that one more time. Export for screens. We'll say all, but then we'll deselect the ones we don't want.
Perfect.
Okay.
There we go.
Export. Replace. Doing it.
I love when you're very confident in replacing.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, replace.
Yeah, no big deal.
All right, now we have all the posters. So we'll take a look at those in a second. First, let's go over the brief and we can show everyone everything we did this week. All right, so we started out with our Are You Out There Music Festival, which I wrote a brief for everyone to participate and use. This is the festival background. We have all of the details for the festival, which are fully fledged and written. We've got the schedule so that you can actually participate in the UX design. Mood board, which I accidentally deleted an image, so I'm just gonna stand in there as other Bowie.
You are the mood board.
Yeah. And then we've got all of the album covers for reference that actually gets into the identity and why we did what we did.
Yes.
So for the AI identity, we pulled fonts from inspiration of all the David Bowie colors or covers. So all of the cover art, I had done some research beforehand where I was like, okay, what are some of the fonts that he was using at the time he was using them, and where can I get them, and can we use them?
Yes.
So I purchased some were free, and then some are also included on Adobe fonts. So it's a very robust family. We also wanted to make sure that we had some consistent fonts. So using Berthold as the consistent font, and then using the headline fonts for play, just so that we can have some changes. Changes. And then I created a logo and lockup for AOT. So we've got a lot of different uses for this. Even though we do have a primary, there's a lot of other ones depending on what the use case is, if it's a horizontal banner, or if it's a vertical banner, or just a tag inside of a shirt.
Yes.
And then our color palette, which was pulled from colors that Bowie's wearing in some of the photography that we showed in the mood board. And what we did here was try to create an idea of the Bowie palette by muting some of these colors and then named them all so that they're very Bowie-esque. And then I also created some patterns and graphics that could be utilized for the entire project by the rest of the team. And then let's see, what did we do?
All the things.
The backdrop, all the things. So first, to introduce the concert, we've got, we've got our backdrop. So the AOT Music Festival, you can see like this is an opener.
Yes.
And then we've got some posters for our bands. Let's see, we've got Stiggy Zardust, Absolute Bowie.
So charming.
I know, the National Symphony Orchestra, they obviously had an in-house designer doing this. They were like, nah. We have to make it look real for each brand, you know? Like you have to put your persona hat on. This was in-house designer being like, I don't really feel like doing this today. Then we have the best-selling show, which someone who wasn't a designer was like, oh, let's put a lot of type on there. It's super graphic.
I love how broken it is.
We've got the ground control, Mars landing. So very psychedelic EDM. They're like, we don't need much. They're just going to show up. China's Girls. This is very subdued, but also very prominent. It has a message, but it's also a bunch of little girls singing Bowie.
Yep. So it's a little strange.
Yeah, it's a little strange and also a little bit safe. And then we did some mock-ups. Oh, and Are You Out There Music Festival posters. It's like, let's get you guys in here. This feels like the cover of a video. So if we were going to actually create a documentary about this, this would probably be my cover.
Boom.
What's going to happen at the EDM part of the music festival?
It's this.
Or
We're
like
in the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. And then we've got this really cool chick that's just wearing Stiggy Zardust's band paraphernalia on her shirt. She's like, I'm a proud supporter of Ziggy.
She was there. She cares.
She cares. We've got the China Girls shirt, which you can buy, and I think that this is probably the one that everyone will get because they're like, we want to support young girls, yay! What else did we do? I think in some of the links I did some stuff now. Mock-ups, maybe? Maybe there was one in here that we didn't get.
Perhaps?
Shoes! Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. We did the shoes.
Yep, our favorite one.
Yes, our favorite thing ever.
Amazing. You created such a collection.
Yeah, that was it.
That's it.
That's it.
With a minute to spare.
That's all.
Awesome. So the past 3 days, you have made so much stuff built on the system that you created.
Keep that as our backdrop because it's pretty rad.
Amazing.
We're like,
and with 1 minute left of your last stream, we just want to wish you a happy birthday tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. Oh my gosh, and pugs. You guys are the coolest.
Play some EDM.
Oh, that one's tongue is out. It looks just like my dog.
This looks like me for sure.
That is totally me. I'm like,
Time to get some lunch.
I love this. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. I love Adobe. I love my Adobe family.
We love you too. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Cool. So we will be up in a couple minutes with Claude and Gus. Don't go anywhere for more David Bowie goodness.
More Bowie.
Bye.
Woo. Bye.